was 3 days before I'm supposed to move out. Got it cleaned up. The rigs are vacuumed. Vacuumed over a few times. The lighting's doing doing different color shades. It looks good. Outside of the doors and on. Cleaned all the baseboards, even in the closet, the doors. Cleaned up. There was a hole in this one. There's a bunch of holes. I patched them with wood filler and painted over them with color matching paint. There's a huge hole right here that's sinking. There's some littler ones. Another one on one of these doors. It's hard to find it because I did a really good job at patching. I sanded they filled it with something and it was sinking and cracked and they painted it anyways. I sanded it, filled it with wood filler, let it dry all the way, sanded it again, and then color match paint it. There's a little sleeved door they close it. No, these were sagging already. I noticed this one doesn't have nails in the back. Part of the reason why, but it was like that when I moved in. This was the worst one. This one's sagging a little. I painted like the air return with color matching paint. This door had some dings and holes in it on the front, and there's a strip of wood missing. I didn't try patching this. I was already like that when I moved in. This is the baseboard. Here's this door. There's a ding in this one somewhere. A couple of them are patched and painted with color match painting. Color match paint, and here's a bedroom. There's a few dings in this door, holes and punch mark, patched and color match painted. Cleaned along the baseboards. Painted these windows sealed over with color match paint. There's inside of this one. I missed like a couple little dings and cracks on these doors that didn't color match paint or patch. One of them's right here. The other one's on the front of this door down low. There's a ding right there. I missed it. Yeah, I used a tube and a half of wood filler and ran out. This one's sagging a little. I guess that one in that closet next to this is the best looking one. But, the floor's clean. Vacuum this room ever and ever. Door. I painted this vent too. Did a little bit of drywall patches where there's some cracks and nails popping through. Color match painted after texturing it. And the bathroom, I painted the tub. It looks a little dingy, but it's like it looks way better than when I moved in. I got some pictures when I moved in. It was really bad. I gotta take the shower curtain and my towel out, but I still got like 3 days to move out. Painted these, color match painted, caulked around this fan, painted the whole ceiling, all these walls. The biggest hole in the door was this door. It was a huge hole, it sank in. They filled it in a little with something and it was cracked and sank in still, and they just painted over it. I redid that one and color match painted it. I cleaned all the baseboard. This right here was already warped and coming up when I moved in. A mouse had gotten through the water, where the water heater is. I had the sheetrock and drywall mud down. 2 mice got on. One was chewing here, chewed up a movie cover. Well, I still need to get this stuff out of here, but I put cabinet liners on the cabinets, sealed around the pipe. I reset the toilet, put the trim caps, new angle stop, flex, flapper, wax ring, toilet bolts. One of them was broken and didn't have the trim caps. I drywall mudded around this pipe. I had to use a little spray foam. There's a huge opening and behind this. And then I color match painted it. And put a cabinet liner in here. I didn't get all the cabinet liners, but I got most of them. There's one in here. I gotta get this stuff out still, but other than that, it's clean. And there's the entryway to the bedroom. There was a big gouge right here. I drywall texture it and color match paint it, and some cracks. Drywall texture and color match paint it. Redid the inside weather stripping. The guy didn't cut it short enough and it's scraping. I had to paint that color match paint down here. He had it like an inch past, so I had to redo that. And I did the front one over. I didn't do anything with the paint on the outside of the door. There was a strip all along here of paint that was where it was like they painted, but then there's like a 2-inch strip where they didn't paint. I cleaned that all up, patched them around the door. There's some cracks, drywall textured that, and the walls around the windows a little bit, and then along this wall there's like cracks and gaps. I had to fill in so the bugs wouldn't get in last year. And then around the cabinets there was a color match painted all this, these vents, and then I had to do like around the 4 or 5 outlets. I had to color match paint it and patch it, or drywall mud it so they were level and color match paint it and then put the trim back on. And then I painted like the whole ceiling in here pretty much. I couldn't do nothing for these. They're just burnt from the other bulbs that were in it. These are LEDs in it now. It must have had halogen or some kind of hot bulbs. I tried cleaning it, it won't come off. The oven was a mess when I moved in. It looks clean now, or fairly clean. It looks about as clean when I moved on the inside does. The outside probably looks slightly cleaner. And then this hood vent was like this all around, or almost as bad. I scrubbed that over and over and color match painted all these cabinets on the outside. This countertop was messed up, missing a chip. I thought this was spray foam, but it's wood. And this is why, because they cut the sink too big and then put it in there anyways. And the chunk of wood they had cut out. They cut a strip off and put in anyway, so it's all messed up and waterlogged. Both countertops are messed up. It was like that when I moved in. Cleaned up, sanded all these knobs and clear coated them again. 3 coats at least. I replaced some of the cabinet liners. I need to wipe the inside down a little. But it's pretty clean. I wiped down the inside of the cabinet. Wiped these doors down a little better. Guess I missed that one. Must have cleaned. This is one of them I didn't get the cabinet liners in. And then I got them in that one. This one, I didn't get the top shelf. I didn't get the cabinet liners in there, but I've got them in these bottom 2 ones. That was like $8 a roll for this. And then into some of these other shelves, got the old stuff that's already in here. I gotta get these dishes out, but it's clean. Got them out of this one. I just ran out of the rolls, about like 3 rolls at least of that stuff, and I ran out 2 or 3 rolls. I think 3 rolls. But they're about $8 a piece at Walmart. I redid the paint along here. The window seal, I did it along there. Scrubbed all the switches, baseboards have cleaned. Here's along that wall. Now I got the extra lighting on. It was like, I could see just straight drywall paper and spots and cracks. I had to texture it with drywall mud and color match paint over it. All the walls and the ceiling are all textured. You can see with this view, the ceiling's textured, the walls textured, Santa Fe Mediterranean texturing. The only thing that ain't textured, I think, is just the doors and the shelves and cabinet and drawers. And here's the water heater room. I color match paint all that, and then I drywall mud around these pipes. There used to be a gap around them. Roaches were getting in from the neighbors last year. They're really messy. Trashed the downstairs apartment. I had to tape over this old gate valve I didn't cut out. And then there's the sheetrock job I did around the water heater vent, and then drywall mud. I just color match painted like around the vent instead of up against it. And I put all this tape on the each connection on the water heater vent like it's supposed to be. And I also drywall mudded, patched all this. This wasn't painted at all. It was just straight drywall paper. So I figured I'd just drywall mud patch it so the roaches couldn't get in. Last year was a horrible problem with them. People downstairs were super messy. There's the foil vent tape. I got the gas off on this, so when I move out on Sunday, I'll shut off the water heater room gas and call a gas company to come shut it off. And here's these shelves. They were a little dingy when I moved in. I don't have any paint left to color match paint it. I got a little bit of stuff left on there. I scrubbed them. I got like a couple little spots I need to clean. But other than that, it looks pretty dang good. Looks better than when I moved in. When I moved in, this is all yellow, like underneath this vent. It was like that, but not as much splatter marks maybe. It was like that all the way up and on the ceiling and all around the oven. So it looks better now than when I made that. I couldn't do nothing with these. They had hot bulbs in there to bake the paint on. So you didn't even bake the behind the lights. It was like that when I made that. The rest of it's looking good. I just need to wipe down a few spots on these cabinets. I've been cleaning like the last week, 2 weeks. Yeah, I've been cleaning the last 2 weeks probably. Oh yeah, and here's this one. I didn't put a cabinet liner. I already have one there. And this underneath was from that cut in the sink's leaking, but I put a cabinet liner in here. There's the fire extinguisher still here. And then these ones have the original cabinet liner paper. And besides the stuff that's still mine on here, it looks better. I got the fridge is cleaned up. I got a tiny bit of stuff left. I have to clean this bottom shelf, but that's it. I took this whole thing out yesterday and cleaned it. The bottom shelf and these racks where they sit on the shelf, I got wiped down. That's it. I got the top of the fridge cleaned. This is just my stuff on the side. I moved the fridge and the oven out and swept and mopped and scrubbed the floor. I swept and then scrubbed the floor. And fridge is working good. He tightened the motor. It was making a bunch of noise though. Here's the oven without that pot on there. Frame thing. It looks super good. I painted all these air returns and that vent in the bathroom. And walls. That door. And the windows.